Hi guys, welcome back. So today I had ketamine infusion number 8 of 10, so I'm on the tail end of the loading doses. And this would be video blog number 11. When I'm done with the loading doses and my head feels a little bit clearer, I'm going to go into some more details on what's been difficult or what's been good about going through the loading doses of the ketamine infusions to treat CRPS and PMPS pain. And I got to tell you, I am very happy with the way the results are. As of today, I have gotten more used to the infusions and that they're not making me throw up the way that they were. I'm resting better and I'm coming out from underneath the anesthetic a lot easier than I was. And that's also been noted is a decrease in pain. Most importantly, decrease in pain, in burning sensations, in pins and needles. I'm not saying that I'm pain free. There are some pain. There is pain, and it's not doing anything for the muscle spasms that I get in my tram flap reconstruction that is damaged. So that we're going to address with continued physical therapy and looking at any other options that may present themselves. As far as the infusion therapy goes, I will have 2 more infusions, and we actually held my dose today at the 180 milligram, and I think that's probably where we're going to be holding it, as I am having good results, and we don't want to give me more medication that's needed. What I will say is I've had no need to take additional medications. I have had to use cannabis on occasion for some of the nausea or to get an appetite a little bit better, or to calm me down if I was feeling a little bit anxious. Because the medication, one of the downsides is that it can make your heart beat faster, make your blood pressure rise. So if you're feeling that, it can be a little bit disconcerting. They treat me with that while they were doing the infusions with a medication called Versed. But that's obviously not something that you're going to be taking at home. These are strong medications that need to be done in a very controlled medical environment with proper monitoring in order to ensure your safety. I continue to have people with me, and I can tell you that even in making this video now, I am still not 100% clear. It can take up to 12 hours for that to happen, really, that the medication starts to get out of your system, and even longer before you feel really clear. So it's important to get up slowly and carefully. And if you're feeling dizzy at all, you're better off sitting still or having somebody else walk with you. Today I was able to use the walker a little bit, which is a big plus for me, because we're now about 2 months into my home confinement. Not by choice, but it's been a problem getting around and just basically holding on to people and walls and things of that nature. But I was able to utilize the walker a little bit today, and that's a plus. That's a win. You take every single win that you can get and add those all up, and going through this becomes worth it then. I hope to have continued improvements, and I hope to be able to have more quality of life. Like right now, I can brush my hair out of my face, but to wash it is a little bit more difficult. To brush it is more difficult because my arms don't want to stay up over my head very well. But if I can rest more comfortably and not need to take ibuprofens and Tylenols and whatever else, that's a plus. That's a big benefit to my body, having less medication in it, and it's a big plus towards, how my disease is being controlled. I will say that having a good primary care doctor is equally as important as a good pain doctor, whether you choose to have a nephrologist or I'm sure I said that wrong, I think. I have an anesthesiologist that I won't trade that is overseeing my pain care, and is also the medical director for the pain institute that I go to. So I'm getting good high quality care. And my primary care physician, I'm lucky, has been my primary since before cancer. So, well, before the second round of cancer anyway. He knew me when my only problem was drinking too much coffee and not remembering to take my vitamin. So he's been working with me, and in his work, he has found different neuropathic medications to help decrease the amount of pain that my nerves are sending and to help decrease damage to my nerves. So he's been actively treating that. He's conservative with my therapies, and that we don't just try out a medication willy-nilly. We do it slow, and we do it at low doses, and then slowly bring them up. Even with the ketamine, because I'm somebody that is more sensitive to medications than others, that normally they go up in, say, 50 milligram doses. So if you start out at 100, you go to 150, you go to 200. With me, they started me out at 80, and then we went up to 100, and then we went up to 125, and then we went up to 150, and now we're at 180. So we're doing slower increments with me than ordinarily, but I have found that I have adjusted better to the medications that way. I don't have as much nausea and vomiting, and I'm able to eat a little bit more during the day than normally. So I will have 2 more infusions, and I suspect we'll be keeping them at the current doses. Then I will have a 2-week break, and then I will have another infusion. Then I will have a 4-week break and another infusion. And then from there on out, it should be every 4 weeks. And hopefully, with time, we can maybe space that out to every 6 weeks or maybe even every 8. Not sure. The goal of this is to keep pain levels in check. And I still have to watch it because I can't push myself. I've noticed that even with pain levels down and under the influence of the medications, it's easy to do more than I should, and having somebody around that tells you to, knock it off or sit down, or keeping that thought in the back of your mind about not pushing it is important. I started to feel short of breath, get tight, and started to experience some abdominal swelling, and I knew that I was pushing my luck, and I needed to sit down and take a break and stop trying to do things. You have to accept help from other people. You can't be all that. You can't be on top of things. Humble yourself and understand that that is what you need to do. And that's in the best interest for you and the people that you love. If you're pushing yourself and you're causing yourself pain, or you're getting dizzy, or you're at risk for fall, all you're doing is stressing out everybody else around you too. So remember, this isn't just about you. It's about the people around you that love you and care about you and don't want you to have to struggle. So lean in on others while you're doing this and accept that help. It's one of the greatest gifts that you can give yourself, is permission to be of need and to accept help. So give yourself that permission, and I'll be coming back to bring you more videos on how my infusions are going, and we'll do a wrap-up at the end of the loading doses, and then of course I'll keep you posted on how things are going from there, and how this therapy is working in controlling CRPS type 2, complex regional pain syndrome, also known as reflex sympathetic dystrophy, as well as post-mastectomy pain syndrome. And as I always do, I encourage people, get your genetics checked. There's a lot to be said for genetics testing and the things that you can do to help prevent bad things from happening due to genetic predispositions. So if I leave you with that today, it is: get yourself checked, and don't forget, men get breast cancer too. Lots of love. See you guys after the next infusion. Take care. And as usual, feel free to comment down below, subscribe, like, tell me what you like, don't like, and if you have any questions or more information that you want, post them down there and I'll know so I can try and help you and get those answers. We got to be advocates for each other. Love and light.